If the structured firefighting PPE is compromised in any way, we're not getting the protection that we need. Okay. Next thing we're going to look at, the first piece of PPE we're going to look at is the helmet. Okay, this helmet protects us against blunt trauma and includes ear coverings. It's made out of a hard outer shell and lined with energy absorbing material and a suppression system. If you look at this helmet here, you'll notice inside that we have the suppression system, so that if you do get hit in the head, the helmet's taking most of the energy of the blunt force. We also have a chin strap, and if you look at the back here, you have an adjustment, so you can adjust this around your head. And you can see the shell outside is very hard, it's there to protect you. The next piece that we'll be looking at is the hood. Okay. This hood covers any exposed skin. It's constructed of flame-resistant material such as Nomax or PBI. It's worn over the face piece, but under the helmet. So this open area right here, once you mask up, when you got your SCBA pack on, that will actually go around your mask. That way you don't have any exposed skin to help protect you from the high temperatures and the toxic gases. It's an important part of our PPE to make sure it's put on right. Protection provided by the turnout gear. We got a turnout coat, which you can see here. It's a turnout coat. It's heavy. It's also got a liner inside and outside. It's there to help protect us against water, high heat, toxic gases, blunt objects, things like that. And our turnout pants is identical to that, other than it's just the lower part. It has the inner and outer shells as well. This turnout gear will withstand high temperatures, repel water, protect against abrasions and sharp objects. If you look in the knee pads here, or in the pants, you'll have the leather knee pads, okay? That's designed to help keep us protected when we do a lot of crawling around. Anytime we enter structure firefighting, a lot of times we're entering in homes that we're not familiar with, layouts, and obstacles. A lot of times we're dealing with high heats and low visibility due to smoke, so a lot of times we're getting down low to be able to crawl around, so those knee pads are there to protect our knees. The next PowerPoints that we're going to get into is actually donning and duffing, so it's very important that we pay attention to these, and after that will be a video. Like I say, you will be graded and evaluated on that, so we want to make sure that we pay close attention so that we can get this correct. Okay, and these PowerPoints, the class objective is going to be again to learn how to put on your PPE correctly and try to do it in a timely manner. All right, it's important that we get this gear on quick so that we can respond in a reasonable amount of time. Again, here's your donning your personal protective clothing. Here on the left, you'll see it says place your equipment in a logical order for donning. Okay, it's going to be different for a lot of different people. What works for you may not work for me, and vice versa. What'll help you with that is practice. Different layouts, how you want to lay out your gear, that you can get into your gear in a more quickly manner, and try to get it under a minute at a time, which is required. Secondly, what we're going to do, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put on your protective hood over your head and down around your neck. This is very important that when we make sure we put this hood on, that it goes completely around the back side. A lot of times what can happen, the bell rings, all right, we're under high stress, we got a lot of adrenaline. We throw this hood on, sometimes it may get curled up behind us, and we're not sure of that. If we don't take a second to check for that, we're leaving the back of our neck exposed to these toxic gases and high temperatures, which can create burns and injuries. We don't want that. Okay, next, you'll be putting on your boots and your bunker pants. Place the suspenders over your shoulder. Okay, how we do that effectively and quickly is we already have our boots inside the pants. Okay, so that way you got your handles here, and it's real easy to come out of your duty boots and just step right into your structural firefighter boots. And at that point, you can just pull your pants straight up, and your suspenders over, and go ahead and latch the zipper or Velcro in the crotch area, depending on what kind of system you have or structure gear you have. Okay, makes it a lot quicker. versus getting out of, like we do, get out of bed, we put our pants on, we put our boots. This won't be very effective. We try to do it that way. Secondly, you're going to put on your coat, your turnout coat, and you're going to close the front of the coat. Some of them have Velcro, zippers, may even have some buckles. It's very important to take an extra second to make sure that all that's enclosed. We don't want to leave either our body or our skin or regular duty clothes exposed to these chemicals, blunt objects, and high heats. Next, you'll be placing on your helmet on your head and adjust the chin strap securely and turn your coat collar. Like I showed you earlier on the helmet, you do have a chin strap, and you don't see it in the video here or the PowerPoint, but you also have an adjustment back here. It's very important that when you put this on, you adjust this, that secures against your head and your chin. You don't want to be crawling around on a structure fire and end up knocking this thing off, or you trip and fall and this thing comes off. You're in low visibility. Now you got an issue with one, trying to find your helmet. Two, you're allowing your head to be exposed to these high temperatures and other hazards. Last, you'll put on your gloves. The reason we put on our gloves, as you can see right here in the PowerPoint, they're really thick. They're hard to work with. You lose dexterity. So you put those on last because it's hard to make those adjustments with our gloves on. However, that's how we're going to be evaluated today. Okay, it's just in these same steps that you see here and you'll see in the video. I would advise that you learn and practice putting on your SCBA and your mask and your helmet with your gloves on. Okay, it's very important. The reason why I say that, even though because it's hard to do so, is that you need to get used to being able to do that. If you're in a situation in a structure fire where you have a collapse zone or some obstacles that you need to get through, you may have to take your pack off. You're dealing with low visibility. You got these gloves on, and it's going to be more difficult. So you need to feel comfortable by practicing by doing that. We're not going to do that today, but definitely get used to doing that. You don't want to be in a stressful situation, low visibility, to kind of find out you got to take your pack off, and you don't want to take your gloves off to do that inside of a structure fire. Lastly, before you enter the structure fire, we're going to do what we call the buddy system. Okay? You want to make sure you have your partner check each other. You go check each other out, looking for any kind of exposed skin. Maybe you don't have something on right. Again, you're under high stress, your adrenaline's flowing, especially if you're masked up, you got a pack on. Your peripheral vision's not going to be as well. So you want to definitely make sure that you are checking each other out to make sure that your PPE is there doing its job and protecting you, and you don't have it on wrong. Very important that we do that before we enter a structure fire. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to watch this video on donning and duffing our PPE gear. Again, after that, we're going to be evaluated on how we do this today. If you don't pass the first time, it's fine. We can practice where we take it. We'll get you where you need to be to get it under a minute, and you will have a written exam. So pay close attention to this video. Is the volume turned up? Do we know that?
Remove footwear.
Did we hear that okay?
Place protective hood over head and around neck. Step into turnout boots and pull up bunker pants. Fasten pants and tighten suspenders. Put on and fasten turnout coat. Adjust hood for easy deployment and close collar. Put on helmet. Put on gloves. Have partner check for exposed skin. Begin this process by having the equipment placed placed in a logical order for donning. Open SCBA valve completely. Lift SCBA using one shoulder strap and swing it to your back while getting both arms through the shoulder straps. Tighten shoulder straps. Attach and tighten waist belt. Don face piece, tighten straps, and place hood into position covering all skin. Check mask seal. Put on helmet and secure chin strap. Connect regulator. Put on gloves. Equipment placed so SCBA valve is away from you and shoulder straps out to the sides. Open SCBA valve completely. Lift SCBA by grabbing the back plate with both hands and lifting the SCBA over your head while slowly sliding it down your back and extending both arms through the shoulder straps. Tighten shoulder straps. Attach and tighten waist belt. Don face piece, tighten straps, and place hood into position covering all skin. Check mask seal. Put on helmet and secure chin strap. Connect regulator. Put on gloves. Disconnect regulator. Turn off SCBA bottle. Bleed off system using bypass valve. Turn off pass device. Loosen shoulder and waist straps. Remove SCBA pack and confirm all straps have been loosened. Remove helmet and hood. Loosen mask straps, remove mask, and place mask webbing over lens to protect it.
Alright, again, it's very important that we take good care of our PPE and we learn how to use this stuff correctly. Without our PPE, we couldn't successfully do search and rescue operations. We also would have an issue doing interior fire suppression. So what we'll do at this time is we're going to have Tisdale come up and demonstrate on how we put on our gear. Remember, we got to do it and start off with a logical order. Something else I want y'all guys to keep in mind during the evaluation is make sure at the end we at least verbalize about the buddy check in order to get credit on our evaluation sheets on the psychomotor skill. We'll have just Tisdale perform this demonstration for you guys, and then we'll move forward with the evaluation psychomotor skill test and the written test. So we start with the hood. Slide out of your duty boots. Very good. Just remember, guys, before you enter instruction file, we are going to do the buddy check. Okay, we'll make sure we're looking for anything that's on incorrectly, any exposed skin. At this point, does anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask? No? Okay, then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll probably all meet out in the bay. And so grab your gear, get everything together. Go ahead and get it in logical order you so choose. And when your name is called, we will allow you to do your first chance at the psychometer test. If you pass the first time, you'll move on to your handwritten exam. If not, we will continue practicing until you get it right the first time on the psychometer test. That has to be passed before we can do the written exam. This will conclude this presentation. Thank you guys for your time.